riding off-road is incredibly tough. And within riding off-road, there are so many genres which can upskill you in so many different ways. But which one is the toughest? Why choose when you can mix it all up? Welcome to Red Bull's Ace of Dirt here at Big Rock. Welcome to Dirt and Treachery. The Ace of Dirt mixed a wicked cocktail of motocross, dirt track, and enduro. The track is broken up into different parts and each part has different kinds of challenges, but one thing that glues it all together is this sense of sweet torture. And the best example of that would not be the drums or the seesaw, it would be chocolate, or rather this mud pie. Slushy, mucky, dusty, and unpredictable.
These obstacles are set up because it's difficult to get into a sort of a rhythm, because each obstacle demands a certain aspect of your skill.
Sometimes it's not a fast track, it's not a slow track. We want to be in rhythm. In some path, we want to be very small, dead slow. We'll always use almost first gear. In dirt track and supercross, we'll use second gear, third gear, like that. In dirt track, we'll use fourth gear. In rallies, we use fifth gear. Here, first, second, we want to play in first, second only. So it's totally different.
Like Sohail, most of the riders were seasoned.
And looked at guys that were competing in the national circuit, whether it was INRC or whether it was cross-country rallying, or also even like good local event dirt tracks. Because ultimately this is just an invitation event only for this time, but in the future we want to be able to open it out and have people apply to want to participate in a round like this.
From the qualifying, the riders headed into the heats on regular Indian motorcycles. There were Hero XPulses and XPulses, Royal Enfields, Himalayans and TVS's Apaches. All 32 riders dug deep to prove their worth.
You know, in racing, most of the times horsepower means money, and whether it's track racing, the first thing is being able to have a motorcycle that goes fast, which means it costs a lot of money. So this, I think, lowers the entry level. At the same time, being able to produce guys that can then transition from this format of racing to a longer format of racing, which could be rallying or cross-country rallying, and then finally being able to make it to the Dakar.
For those of you familiar with the world of enduro and happen to live on the internet, you'd know Erzberg and Romaniacs. Well, this is kind of in the same vein, but just a fraction of it in terms of intensity or just plain craziness. But even then, for all the participants here, our serious respects. Race after race, banging, jumping, sliding and swimming, the riders were taking a beating. It wasn't just the track, it was also their machines.
Some of the bikes are carbureted, some of them are fuel injected. So obviously, even the ground clearances differ from one bike to another.
But from the semi-finals onwards, things will get even more interesting because the riders are all going to be on equal hardware, which is the Hero XPulse 200 with the rally kit. Yes, pretty much in the same spec as we saw at EICMA, with the tires, the suspension, and of course the exhaust, which is Acra's here.
So it makes it more exciting, and it's again only 4 laps, so again it's going to be a sprint.
Because of the longer travel suspension, the added grunt from the engine and massive ground clearance, the XPulse rally kit must have been a blessing for the fatigued riders. But for some of them, the Ace of Dirt wasn't enough.
and all the obstacles is very good. This is a first time for, I'm also riding the first time, and I don't want to, I want to keep more difficulty.
Sadly for Sanjay, a slipped chain put him out of the reckoning in the semis. It must have been painful. After all, there was a lot at stake.
So the winner, of course, gets to come out here to Big Rock and then spend a few days training with me. And I think it's also gives him a platform, because being able to win an event like this gives him credibility. And then from then on, to be able to build a certain skill set which will allow him to excel at an event like this means a couple of days being able to spend with me, and where we can go down and learn the basics again. Because even today when I race cross-country rallies, all I do is practice the most basic techniques.
Finally, in the seesaw of a final round, Yuva Kumar and Naresh VS battled hard for the top spot. They crashed, burned, got up and raced right back on. And finally, it was Yuva Kumar who won gold. So the Ace of Dirt really did ace it, and the next edition had better be right around the corner, because we wanna race the Ace.